Many boys grew up believing that the highest expression of love was sacrifice. You love your family by working hard. You love your family by paying the bills. You love your family by making sure everyone is okay. And to be fair, there is truth in that. Provision is an expression of love. Responsibility is an expression of love. Sacrifice is an expression of love. So let's stop pretending that those things are not important. In today's world, many good men are being judged unfairly. Before you leave an angry comment, stay with me on this one. You see, this conversation is not about defending bad husbands. It is not about excusing emotional neglect. And it is certainly not about lowering the standard for men. But I have noticed something, and it is happening in many conversations about marriage today. A man can work hard, provide for his family, pay the bills, make sacrifices, carry enormous pressure, give his wife and children a life they never dreamt they could have. And yet somehow the conclusion becomes he's failing as a husband. And every time I hear that, I find myself asking a question. Are we missing something? Because while I absolutely believe emotional connection matters, I absolutely believe presence matters, I absolutely believe that wives need more than money, I also think we have become dangerously comfortable dismissing the sacrifices many men make every single day. And if we are not careful, we will create a generation of men who feel that no matter what they do, it will never be enough. So today, I want us to talk about something that sits right in the middle of modern marriage, the gap between provision and presence. Because many marriages are struggling right in that gap. Not because the husband is evil, not because the wife is unreasonable, but because they are speaking two completely different languages. Let me show you what I mean. Now, imagine a couple. Let's call them Kemi and John. They have been married for 10 years, 2 children, a decent home, a stable life. They are not perfect, but they're comfortable. Now, from the outside, most people describe John as a good husband. He works hard, very hard. He pays the bills. The children go to schools. The mortgage is paid. The family lacks nothing important. When unexpected expenses show up, John always finds a way. When emergencies arise, John handles them. When there is a problem, everyone looks to John. And somehow, he always carries it. But one evening, Kemi says something that catches him completely off guard. She says, "I feel lonely in this marriage." And John is stunned. Lonely? How? What does that even mean? They live in the same house. They sleep on the same bed. They eat at the same table. He provides everything. So what exactly is missing? How can Kemi be lonely? And that is the question. That question is where many men get stuck. Because Kemi is not talking about provision. She's talking about connection. She's talking about presence. She's talking about feeling emotionally known. John genuinely does not understand. Not because he doesn't love Kemi, but because he thought everything he was doing already said, "I love you." Now, one of the things I have observed over the years is that many men learned a very specific definition of love. They didn't learn it from a textbook or seminar. They learned it by watching their fathers, watching their uncles, watching older men. And what did they see? They saw men who worked hard, men who sacrificed, men who provided, men who carried responsibility. Many boys grew up believing that the highest expression of love was sacrifice. You love your family by working hard. You love your family by paying the bills. You love your family by making sure everyone is okay. And to be fair, there is truth in that. Provision is an expression of love. Responsibility is an expression of love. Sacrifice is an expression of love. So let's stop pretending that those things are not important. A man who wakes up at 5 a.m., battles traffic, deals with pressure, faces uncertainty, carries financial burdens, returns home exhausted, and he repeats the cycle every day, is communicating something. He's saying, I am carrying this family. And that matters. And I think men deserve more appreciation than they receive for the burdens that they carry. Now, before the ladies come for me, let me say this. Many women are carrying enormous burdens too. Emotional burdens, mental burdens, relational burdens, and in many cases nowadays, financial burdens as well. I know that. But today I want to focus on something we don't talk about enough. The silent pressure that men live under. Men feel like they are one bad financial decision away from failure. Many men. One job loss, one business collapse, one economic downturn, one health crisis, and everything they have built could be threatened. Some never say it, but they carry it inside them quietly. They carry it every day. Many men are loved for what they provide before they are loved for who they are. And men know it. And that's what makes provision become more than a responsibility. It becomes part of their identity, part of their worth, part of how they measure themselves. So when people casually say providing is the bare minimum, many men hear your sacrifice doesn't matter. And this is dangerous. It's a dangerous message because what it does is that it dismisses years of effort, years of pressure, years of responsibility, years of carrying weight. Provision matters. Let me say this again. Provision matters. So the problem is not that men provide. The problem is that many men stop at providing. And that is where Kemi's loneliness enters the story. Because one night she finally says, I appreciate everything you do, but I miss you. Imagine hearing that. Not, we need more money. Not, we need a bigger house. Not, we need another vacation. Just, I miss you. And suddenly, John realizes something. He has been physically present, but emotionally absent. He has been in the house, but he's not truly available. He's been taking care of the family, but not always connected with the family. And this is where the conversation becomes important, because acknowledging that really does not erase everything good that John has done. And this is where I think marriages get it wrong, because we swing from one extreme to the other. Either we are saying he provides, leave him alone, or providing means nothing. Both positions are wrong. So here is the balance. A man can be a great provider and still need to grow emotionally. Both things can be true. At the same time, without contradiction, a wife can say thank you for everything you carry and still say, I need more connection. Those statements, they don't compete with each other. They complement each other. One is appreciation, the other is invitation. One says, I see you, the other says, I still need you. And that is a very different form of criticism. In fact, it's not criticism at all. I think many men would respond differently if the conversation began there. Not with condemnation, not with comparison, not with you never, you always, but with genuine appreciation, followed by honest communication. So, this is the sentence that I want you to remember in today's video. Appreciation should not become exemption. Let me say that again. Appreciation should not become exemption. We should appreciate men who provide. We should celebrate them. We should thank them. We should honor the sacrifices they make. But appreciation should not exempt them from growth, because marriage needs more than provision. Children need more than provision. Wives need more than provision. A family where the presence of the man, not just the paycheck of the man, exists, that is a family that thrives. Men need to hear that without feeling attacked, because it's not an accusation. It's an invitation into a deeper connection, a deeper friendship, deeper intimacy, deeper family relationships. Women, I want to say this to you gently, also to myself. Men are being asked to learn emotional skills. Nobody ever taught them how to talk about feelings. Nobody ever taught them how to process emotions. Nobody ever taught them about vulnerability. Nobody taught them about emotional language. Many men were simply taught, be strong, be responsible, handle it, figure it out, be a man, keep it moving. So when you ask him to become emotionally available, you may be asking him to learn a language he never learned growing up. Now, this doesn't mean you stop asking, but it means that you ask with wisdom, with patience, with grace, with understanding. Not because emotional connection is optional, but because growth takes time. It really does. So the goal is not to produce men who only provide. The goal is not to produce men who only talk about feelings. The goal is wholeness. Whole men who can provide and connect. Men who can lead and listen. Men who can carry responsibility and remain emotionally available. Men whose families benefit not only from what they earn, but from who they are. And when that happens, something beautiful takes place. The wife feels seen, the children feel connected, the husband feels appreciated. And the marriage, it becomes stronger. Not because anyone became perfect, but because everyone became more intentional. So let me leave you with this question. Have you become dismissive of your husband's role? Or do you even think that emotional presence is still the bigger issue in modern marriages? I would genuinely love to hear your perspective. Let's have a respectful conversation in the comments. Now, if this video helped you see this issue differently, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Because the healthiest marriages are not built by choosing one side. They are built by learning how to honor both truths at the same time. Thank you for spending this time with me. My name, as always, is Taiye. This is Transformation Timeout with Taiye. God bless you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.